Um, it actually happened because the guy who was editing the film knew me and knew that what I was doing, and so he had suggested to the director, hey, there's a Bahamian who actually doing animation. And the guy was like, well, he'd prefer to use a Bahamian since it was all about Bahamians and it's by Bahamian, and and so far everybody in the film is Bahamian. So why not use a Bahamian animator as well? And so that's how that project came in.
And in terms of coming up with the story after the script, you use storyboards to illustrate how you want the story to go?
Yes. I storyboarded the whole thing simply because it makes more sense. I mean, I've never been to film school or anything like that, but again, the 1 week how to make a film workshop kind of helped along with that. And then just hanging around movie sets and knowing a couple people and being an artist myself, you know, you need visuals to help you understand and see what you're thinking about. And so, yeah, I guess it's only natural to want to do sketches to kind of know how your scene is going to look and, you know, what angle you want to take it from and all that type of stuff.
And what other type of equipment did you use? I know you used the computer animation software.
Yeah, other than that, I didn't really use much. I was traveling from 2008, December of 2008. I was pretty much traveling around North America and Canada and the Bahamas for until, you know what, the last time I traveled was November of last year when I went to Trinidad for an animation film festival. So I've been traveling since 2008, dealing with this whole animation thing.
So it's basically just been you and your laptop.
Me and my laptop. Me and my laptop. That should be a song. Me and my laptop, working all day.
Now, who edited the film?
Me.
You and
Me.
just Jason.
Me.
How
Ain't
long-
nobody else there.
How long did the editing process take?
You know what? The editing process, let's just put that all together. 2009 to 2011, all that stuff happened. Because, you know, in the animation program, I'm building the clips. And then you bring it into, again, using a map. I used iMovie to put the whole film together, edit it in. And, yeah, so as I'm editing, you know, there are hundreds and hundreds of re-edits and stuff like that. So, yeah, I can't even tell you the amount of hours. You know, I can tell you when I was in the East Coast, and that was from September of 2009 to December of 2009. I can tell you every person I stayed by was like, okay, you need to take a break. I don't appreciate you coming to visit me and you just sit on this laptop all day, all night. You know, we don't go out, you can hang out, you don't do, like you just using my space to fucking work. Yeah, well, you know, I have a mission. But yeah, that's how I was on a mission. I was determined to get my film done. And I had a lot of friends who were interested in seeing me and while I was in North America. So I used the opportunity to go and check a lot of people, you know, and yeah, most of the times I spent money. They all came, they picked me up, you know, sent me a ticket, and yeah. So that's why I know that this film was on the right track, because the universe just opened up opportunities after opportunity after opportunity for me to produce this film.
So through this film, you gained a whole range of experiences
Oh yeah,
on how to, write a film, storyboard it, edit it,
you name it.
until you get to finish it.
Exactly. And travel for what, 3 years and only spend maybe $200? Yeah. Balling on a budget.
And another question I have to ask you, especially for filmmakers here in the Bahamas and especially young filmmakers, when persons heard that you were making an animation film, what was the support level like in terms of monetary, in terms of just emotional support, go for it.
Well, monetary was a big ha 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 LOL LMAO LOL, because to this date I've not seen 1 cent. In terms of emotional support, mostly I get, it's on YouTube so I can watch it. So, no, it's not on YouTube. No, you can't watch it yet because I
People
haven't
don't
released it.
understand if you work on this for 6 years, you can just upload it on YouTube.
Exactly. There's no possible way that I'm just gonna throw it up on YouTube for the world to see. I gotta recoup something after 6 years of my life. Yes, it was a labor of love, but I think need to start recouping something from my labor of love.
Do you think it's because most of the public isn't aware of what it takes to make a film?
Well, I know for a fact that most of the public doesn't know how long it takes. When I tell people that, oh, yeah, I've been working on this sequence for the last 2 weeks, and they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. How long is it? I'm like 30 seconds. 30 seconds? That's all you do in 2 weeks? Do you understand what it takes to animate? And do you understand what it takes when you don't have a team you have a team of one? Yeah. Everything has to be done manually in animation. When you're doing real-time film, like this word still is escaping me. If you have a bird flying in the background, you have water running and all this type of stuff, that's natural stuff. So the camera's picking up all that stuff. But in animation, you have to make that bird fly. You have to put that water to be flowing and all this type of thing. And this might just be background information, but to help support the whole scene, all these things need to be active. And so a lot of people don't take into consideration, and not that they should have to, because they're not filmmakers. Then they are the audience. They are only interested in viewing. Exactly. So they don't care about how long it takes. All they know is they want to see the damn film. And I can't fault them for that. I just hope nobody bootlegs it before I can make $2 because I know it will get bootlegged.
How would you describe yourself as an artist, a filmmaker, director, poet? Because I know you do a wide range of music arts.
Well, I can't describe myself other than being an artist. Because that's what I do. Anything involving art. I write, I perform. Sometimes I used to play in a band. I make jewelry sometimes. Furniture. Anything involving creativity, I down for.
So you knew from when you were growing up, this is the field I'm going to be in, something in arts and entertainment?
Yeah, well, not even entertainment, it was more from high school. People used to pay me to draw on their clothes. They bought this shirt and they did to a click and they wanted the name of their click on these shirts and stuff. This was before airbrush come up. So, this was just some good old markers and paint. And and so that's how I used to make my money in high school. And then I knew I wanted to be something in art. But I didn't want to be a painter because for some reason to me painting didn't seem like it would bring a lot of money. And then I got this brochure from a school that pretty much said, okay, well you take our program and get this degree, these are the avenues you can go into after you finish with our institution. So I'm like, okay, well this seems better because, graphic designing is pretty cool. You get to do art, but you also get to do like package design and logos and, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Just do it one specific.
Right, and with that education, I had to take workshop, woodshop class, photography, drawing from the imagination, a performance class, and by performance I mean be a tree, be an X, stuff like that. Like, why would I have to take this stupidness? But years later, I was explaining to this young lady who asked me one time, like, how would I really prepare myself for the spot? And I'm like, you know what, honestly, I can't even say that. Then I thought about my whole education. It's like, wow, I can't say where it came from because, again, wood shop, and that's helping building sets and building puppets and all kinds of stuff with the spot I was doing. So, building props and all this type of thing. And then, yeah, there's just a lot of crazy class. Silk screening, how to make books from scratch, how to do calligraphy and typography, and yeah, all kinds of different stuff they had me doing. So, yeah, my college education really helped me hone my craft as an artist. I had to put an ass on that in the craft because it ain't just one thing I could do.
And getting back to the Kristen Buses, the film, when will it be available for distribution?
I'm hoping within the next several weeks to a month. Again, this whole process was done out of my pocket. I've not worked since 2006 other than on my phone. And I guess I haven't really found anybody who has believed in me yet to go ahead and support me in my endeavors until the government decided, hey, we want you to do an animation workshop.
How would you describe the film industry in the Bahamas
Uh,
in terms of creativity, support for artists, and funding for artists?
well, creativity, Bahaman's got it on lock. Funding for artists, it sucks in this country because in the Bahamas we don't appreciate art and culture. We say we have it, but culture is all junk food. But
That's what it's towards.
yes, that's where the funding goes. That's where come out and support and all this type of stuff. But only just recently has any junk canoe pieces actually been displayed in a gallery. And so I gotta thank the National Art Gallery for at least doing that. And that was only honoring Jackson Burnside, But at least now I can say that junk canoe costumes have actually been looked at and recognized as being art. But as for the rest of artists in this country, man, it sucks. It sucks badly. One, if you're not in a particular clique, then you can forget all about it. And if you're not in that clique, you pretty much suffer. I graduated college since 1995. I've been suffering since before that. After I graduated, I still suffer as an artist. People look at you, they don't take you seriously. One, I've had people come to me who are part of the spot saying that they've been trying to get their people to come and, come to the spot just to view the improv comedy show that we do. They can't even get their friends, their cousins, their boyfriends, their girlfriends, whatever, to come and see them doing what they love to do on stage. Why? One, Bahamians in this country look at, if you're in the arts, either you're gay or you're white, or you want to be white. That is the mentality. And I gotta put that on the government, because the government is the one who is actually perpetuating the education in this country, which they don't really do a good job of with this D- average. But part of getting art and culture to be something that's recognized and appreciated in this country is education. And when the only thing you actually, supporting is junk canoe,
It's very short-sighted.
that's narrow tunnel vision. Because junk canoe comprises of music, art in terms of building stuff, in terms of colors, in terms of blending.